Taking your shoes with you to the shower in the penitentiary could be mandatory in some situations. Let's break it down. What I meant by that is some people do it just because they know their environment, depending on where you're at. Some level twos in Ohio are like this, open dorms. Mostly all level threes are like this. It's optional for some people. Convicts definitely do it. Inmates might 50-50. But if you're a part of a gang or organization, any type of active stuff like that, most of the time it's mandatory. You have no option. You could get in trouble. Like I know for us, we had to. It was no option. We had to take our shoes, especially at Lebanon. And actually, at one point, there was times where we would have to shadow each other, which means you go take a shower, but you have to tell somebody else and go with them. They have to go with you. That sounds weird, like asking another motherfucker to go to the shower, but what it is you are getting a shower. You got your net bag with your, your hygiene bag, with your extra clothes, your towel, your shoes, but you're wearing your shower slides. I'm gonna show a photo in a second. You will set your stuff on the ledge, but the one or two people you brought with you, they're not actually getting in the shower. Their job is to hang out in the bathroom and kick it, chop it up with each other, chill. But they're watching everybody coming in and out. It's called shadow. Sometimes they'll even talk back and forth like while you're in the shower. But a lot of people say that's weird. Like you'll be in there showering and someone else talking to you, especially because a lot of weird shit is going on in the shower. Like there's people in there who want their privacy and they got the curtain up. And they don't want to hear another man talking because they're thinking about females. But yeah, Lake Erie was like that, where you would have to shadow and tell each other like, hey, I'm about to hop in the water. You got anything going on? They'll be like, no, I'll go with you. And they'll go stand by the sinks. So they're like 15 feet from you where they can see everybody who's coming in and coming out. So there's photos I showed. Some are shorter and some are taller as far as the dividers. But the ones that are taller, like most prisons, they come up to like an average person's chin. I'm about 5'9", and they cover all the way up. But if you're real tall, then obviously you're gonna look right, be over that. They're gonna keep their eyes to themselves if they ain't on the weird shit. But there are some people who tower that. And what it is you can have a shower curtain, your own sheet. It's an old shitty sheet. You only use it for that purpose. Take it with you to the shower. Set it on each side of those ledges you seen, and you put your heavy stuff on it, like your shoes on one, your hygiene on the other, and now it sets there so no one can see you. And if they see that curtain up, 9 times out of 10 they know you're in there hitting a session with yourself, or they might see a 4-legged shower monster in there, which it ain't hard to figure out what that is. That's for a lot of the rainbow community people. People will make jokes and be like, it's a 4-legged shower monster in here, y'all. When we was at Richland, there was a dude who wanted to be a female. They actually ended up passing away. They went home to OD. But this person looked like a female, acted like a female, everything, right? Anytime that they would come in the shower, people would leave. Just because they didn't want to be seen in the shower at the same time as this individual, so that people wouldn't like say weird shit. There was a lot of weird stigma with that. If you even got seen talking to people who fuck around, they automatically consider you a part of that, whether it's true or not. It's a stigma that comes with that in the joint. You might be wondering, like, what's the point of taking your shoes? It's because you're wearing shower slides and they're slippery sometimes. And if something happens, you gotta hurry up and throw your shoes on. So like there's been times people were in the shower, something really bad will be happening in the dorm, and they'll run in and yell out to their guys saying, anybody in here get out right now, so and so just got jumped. Or you might be in there and it'll just start happening. I watched 2 dudes fight butt naked before. Literally, got into an argument. The one dude was putting his clothes on. The other dude didn't have his clothes on. He didn't waste no time. And they were literally fighting in the shower. Another time, I watched the organized fight. I was in the shower. And I heard them come in and start talking shit. And, like, I'm literally standing there taking a shower. I had my curtain up. And I peeked up over the thing to see who the fuck it was. And it was two dudes in there throwing hands. They had their shoes on. Like, they wasn't naked or unprepared. They had their shoes on, but they were in there fighting, going back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, that shit was pretty crazy. I'm just in there minding my own business. Then you got people who use the showers as where they're going to do their wine operation. This is in level 2 dorms because you ain't got a cell, so you don't got a lot of privacy. They'll go in there and dump the remainder down the drain, the excess stuff from the fruit. There's people who will go in there and smoke and do this and do that just for the simple fact that there really ain't no privacy. So they want to be able to do something, especially people who are sneaking and geeking. Like, if you don't want your gang knowing or anybody else and you're pretending you're in recovery, there's a lot of people who will go in there, oh, I'm taking a shower. But when they get in there, they put the curtain up, they'll put a piece of strip in their eye, they'll light up some tune, some bud, hit it a couple times. Nobody can know who it's coming from, the smell, for the most part. They finish their shower and then they get out and they're messed up, but they think nobody knows. But a lot of times people catch on to shit like that. So there's a whole saying, the car wash, and that's before, like, the last 20 years, they put dividers up in prisons for PREA, Prison Grape Elimination Act. And before that, it was all car washes, where you're just in there showering with dudes, no dividers. Lancaster was like that in the basement, but they got makeshift dividers up that are like metal. They're bolted into the ground. The one photo that I'm going to show will be like something that I found very similar to what that was. Actually, they had a wooden one and they had a metal one. The wooden one could be moved, like it was just set in there. The other one was bolted. One of the more weird things I seen was at Lake Erie. There was a window that looked right through from the sinks in the bathroom to the CO's desk. And there were some COs would like sit on the desk, especially certain females who liked it and they didn't care. People would come in and they'd hit a fucking, you know, they'd be gunning their shit to the COs right through the thing. And people be in there trying to brush their teeth, this and that, and they're just waiting, looking at you like you're doing something wrong. They're trying to rush you to get out so they can have the bathroom to themselves, so they could do some weird shit to the CO. And sometimes they'll write them tickets, sometimes they wouldn't. Me, in my opinion, I think that's predatory behavior. Anytime I seen COs jacking on fucking female COs, that shit is beyond weird. There was a dude called Sniper, and he would put up a mirror, and he would do it from behind the door. So, like, if the female COs came in, nurse, staff, case managers, he would just disappear. You would never see this motherfucker in the day room anytime there was a female on the block, because he would go hide and put up mirrors. And then on top of that, look, another thing is they hit this siren. So when they come in, it goes woo, woo. And it's like this loud siren letting you know a female is in the block. Put your clothes on. Don't be out in the day room working out with your shirt off. Watch exposing yourself when you're pissing. Because what that means is, let's say you're in your cell minding your own business. Got your D in your hand. You're just sitting there pissing. And they come do count or walking through. If a female looks in and she don't know what to expect when she's looking in there, anybody, a guy, you could be in there by yourself without putting up the your board, having privacy, and someone looks in on you. That's dumb. But a lot of guys will use the excuse like, oh, I was pissing and she looked in on me. That's bullshit. Because it'll happen 2-3 times in 1 week and they'll end up writing them a ticket. So when that siren goes off, it saves their ass, letting them know you knew a female was in here. You just so happen to have your shit in your hand when she walked by. And 9 times out of 10, it won't be like they're just pissing. It'll be something else. But yeah, Sniper was a fucking, a real live predator for real. I just wanted to talk about the whole shower shoes versus regular shoes in the joint thing. You definitely don't want to get caught slipping. I'm going to end this with this. At Lake Erie, there was this kid, and he got beat by a couple young kids, felons, A couple black kids ran in there and they hit him with locks all over his body. He was butt naked trying to guard up, getting smacked with locks. Remember, your past isn't a life sentence. If you go through it, grow through it. Follow your heart and you'll always win. Stay safe, stay free, stay blessed.